AITA. For taking the only two-seat table in the restaurant all to myself? I, 35F, have given up on dating but still enjoy date activities. So once a month, I take myself out on a date. I go out to the movies, museums, and even mini-golf by myself. And I always treat myself to a nice lunch, dinner around 3-4 p.m., after the lunch rush, but before the dinner rush too, so I have plenty of time to enjoy my food. For my self-dates, I always look for a new restaurant to try. Saturday, I found this great little Mediterranean place. It's a real gem, hidden away at the end of a strip mall, with murals on the walls, lovely guitar music, and only about 7 tables total. When I got there, only one other table was occupied and I sat in the only two-seater table. The waiter got me my drink and I had just put in my order when a couple walked in. They looked around the small restaurant, saw me at the only two-seat table and approached the waiter. I was on my Kindle and not paying attention until I heard the waiter say, "There are plenty of other tables." They argued for another minute before I heard the man say, "She won't take that long to eat. She's all alone." The woman huffed and they sat at the 4-seat table right next to me. They ordered waters and loudly said they were still deciding what they wanted but were clearly stalling because she looked right at me as she said it. I chose to ignore it. When I treat myself to self-dates, I go all out and order an appetizer, soup, salad, and entree. My appetizer came out and I clearly heard the man say, "See, it's just a small meal, she'll be gone soon." I didn't say anything and just enjoyed my food. When I finished, the woman grabbed her purse like she was going to dash to my table before someone else came in, only for the waiter to bring out my soup. I took my time eating the soup as the waiter again asked the couple if they're ready to order. The woman said they're still deciding and needed water refills. Then my entree came out. As soon as they saw it, the woman said, "Are you F?" I ain't kidding me. The food was amazing, and even though I knew they were waiting for my table, I took my time appreciating my meal. Halfway through, the waiter again asked them if they were ready. The man said he was starving and ordered. The woman was clearly not happy, but also ordered. I was tempted to order dessert too, but I was stuffed. I paid my check, and as I was leaving, I saw the couple moving their plates over to my table, which hadn't even been cleared off yet. At the time, I thought it was hilarious, but when I told my friends about it, they said I had been an AH. They said restaurants like that were for couples on dates, not single people, and that it wouldn't have been a big deal for me to move or gotten takeaway and eaten at home. I said it was 4 p.m., not prime date time, and that there were 5 other tables to pick from. But they said I'd taken the most romantic table and ruined their date for my own enjoyment. Now, I'm not sure, and I'm asking the internet for an impartial judgment. UP date, in case anyone is interested. Just wanted to give my thanks to all of you who left such lovely responses to my original post. I did end up forwarding it to my friends, and most of them read it and apologized to me. I know a lot of people said that my friends were terrible, but I think they really were just blinded by internalized societal standards for women. They've all said they'll back off on trying to get me to date, and I may have even converted one of them to my way of self-dates. My friend 37F recently went through a divorce and is having a terrible time dating again. She was hesitant to go out by herself like I do, so we did a kind of compromise. We drove separately to a Japanese garden she'd been wanting to visit but that her husband never wanted to go to. We met up outside but went in separately. I wandered around the gardens and she went to a tea ceremony there by herself, so I was still close by in case she got too nervous. Afterwards, we went to the restaurant from the original post. This time, the tables were configured so that there were several two-top tables and there was no sign of the couple from the original post. Again, we went in separately, and I went in first with my friend waiting 5 minutes before coming in. I told my friend beforehand that she could either sit by herself and we pretend we don't know each other, or if she was too nervous, she could just join me at my table. We both sat at separate tables and had a lovely time reading our books, enjoying the food, and occasionally sneaking glances at each other like little kids with a secret. The food was just as good as the first time, and I only ate half of my entree this time, so I had room for dessert. The baklava was just as good as all the other food, made with pistachio and walnut with real honey and rose water. My friend had a blast and is now planning her own solo outings to places and restaurants she's always wanted to try.